Hey folks, Sheldon from the Outlaw Speed Shop. Well, here's the trunk. Here's the trunk project. And I got the side panels in, I got the floor panel. I was thinking that the floor panel was gonna be mounted on the chassis, but it didn't work out that way. It worked out better this way. So I got the two side panels, the floor panel. The fuel tank didn't work out, which actually was a good thing, because I actually found me an 8 scale 3D printed moon tank that we're gonna mount on the front of the grill shell. So that's just way cool. So we got that, and hey, look, hinges. I hope it works. I don't know why it won't. It looks like it got plenty of, it's got plenty of clearance, and the only thing it might be that the pivot might be a little too far back, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't really know a good way to test it without actually gluing it, which I guess I actually could. I guess I actually could, because I can take the pin out. So I actually could put it all in there, get it all set up, glue it in, and maybe just not today. So don't need to get that too far ahead of ourselves. I think that, like I say, so we got a little bushing up there, and we got this little thing that hooks to the thing on the inside of the trunk. So it goes like so. So it actually hooks to the trunk like this, and actually once it's there, it doesn't need to, and it actually doesn't need to pivot. This piece and this piece can be glued together, because it doesn't need to have a double swivel. It's just a mounting point. So once I get it in there and get it positioned, then I'll lock that angle iron piece to the hinge piece. I just wanted to have enough area to attach. So anyway, that looks good. I got the, actually I haven't, well, it don't matter, because this isn't gonna ever fall down that far. It's only gonna go from here. So I gotta slide that other piece in there. And then, I gotta make 2 more little patch panels, because the panels that I made here didn't go as far forward as they needed to, and they need to work around this little guy here. So they need to, anyway, they need to work. I need to notch out for these little, I could leave those holes there. It doesn't really, once this piece is all in and everything, it's all, it's all good. But I'll probably do something with those little corner pieces right there. And then the trunk will be done. So yeah, so that part is pretty good. It fits on the frame, everything is good. It just needs to be cleaned up, sanded up and cleaned up. Got a piece sealing against the back. It's probably gonna have some kind of upholstery in here, maybe. I don't know. Haven't got there yet. So yeah, so I just took 2 pieces of 30 thousandths material and glued them together to make a piece at 60, And I think everything is pretty well scaled as far as size of the bushings and the mounting and the whole. I mounted it basically up underneath here. There's a little piece of Z channel that goes across there. It's got a hole in it, and then the rod, so you can stick the rod through one way and then pull it out the other to get the take the hinges out if you need to. But sooner, if not later, that will all be made so it doesn't need to come out. There's no reason for it to come out. So anyway, there it is. Came along quite a bit excuse me, quicker than what I thought it was going to do. So I was happy about that. And next thing we're going to move on to is the firewall area, inside the firewall dash. All of that whole madness underneath there. So that's the next fun bit of fun. The next bit of fun. So let's call it that. The next bit of fun. So that's we're gonna get our little box of fun and games over here. So we have our brake pedal, gas pedal, steering. Oh, how come we only have one pedal? That's not gonna do. So there should be oh, here it is. So here's this, and here's this. So now we got this stuff that we're gonna have to deal with here. So we might as well I don't know what I broke, but I don't think I broke anything. Maybe I broke the piece off the bottom there. Good thing I got two gas pedals. But I heard it hit over there. I don't think it got away too far. So here is gas pedal, and then our clutch pedal, and our brake pedal. So yeah, so we got to make a mount that's gonna mount those. And then we got this here, which I'm not really, probably shouldn't attempt to do that to that. Probably you need to saw these. So it appears that we're gonna have a steering shaft that's gonna go through here that's bigger than that. Probably looks like it's gonna be 120. Looks like it's going to be a piece of 125. I have to find one. So we're going to have to be able to mount this thing in there. So we're going to have to do that. And I believe, I'm not exactly 100% sure how this whole thing goes together, to tell you the truth. This has got to be, you know, I'm not exactly sure. This has to be mounted somehow or another. It's going to have a shaft going through it. Now, possibly it could be that this is the outside. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say this piece here is gonna be the outside mount. That's gonna catch this here. And then this is gonna go, I mean, or whichever way this goes, from the bottom to the top. No, from here to the top. Ah, yeah, firewall. Firewall to here, this to here, and then out the side to that. That's how that's gonna work. Yeah, okay. So there's that. And obviously we got the little gas pedal, the big old guy. And then we got our little steering wheel. Got a little 40 Ford steering wheel here. So that's gonna be the next thing, to see how much of this all mounts to the inside of the body, which I just don't see. I mean, well, the gas pedal's obviously gonna hopefully mount to the floor here somewhere, you know, but it's actually gonna be pretty freaking cramped in there. So got the gas pedal, and then we're gonna have our 2 brake pedals there, so it's gonna be pretty tight. This is probably gonna have to come up a little bit and over, like somewhere, and once I angle that, that'll come over pretty good. And that, I'll tell you folks, from experience, a lot of these old cars weren't that very freaking comfortable to drive. That's just how it was. Trying to get everything in there in the right place. It's a cramped space. You know, angles of the dangle and all that stuff. So I remember, God, I remember my dad, the first time he bought this 40 Willys pickup from this guy. Been a gasser forever. He bought it, had a blown 392 in it, and a torque flight. And the gas pedal was way the fucking a weird spot. I remember it had a hand brake, and it was just, well, he said it was just god awful to drive. And then he ended up putting a 361 in it, and got rid of the handbrake, put a foot brake and everything on it, but it was always kind of a weird, you know, kind of a weird thing to drive. I had a 39 Ford Coupe. I'm pretty sure it was pretty decent, because I actually used the stock pedals. Believe it or not, I was actually able to make, it had the stock master cylinder, and I was actually able to make a mechanical linkage, because when I bought it, it had a torque flight in it, and then I put a 4-speed in it, and I was actually able to use the stock clutch pedal and make a linkage somehow or another. I don't remember how, to use with the stock pedal. So I think that one was pretty decent. But you gotta remember, a lot of these cars, you had, you know, funky humps like this because of getting the, you know, whatever. A lot of the floors originally, you know, were flat with just a little, you know, just a little tiny hump down there, and then you end up going in and putting in having to cut out a bunch of floor and change shit around. So yeah, like I say, it was, some of these were not. It's like trying to drive a model, like a Model T, a Tub, or some of those. I mean, they were crazy, you know. So okay, folks, I guess that's it for today. It looks like I got my little, looks like I got my work cut out of me cut out for me. And but yeah, a little more work to do on the trunk, and then we'll move up front here. And damn, we'll be moving right along here pretty quick. So like I say, engine's all mounted, done. Just needs to be some stuff painted and wired, and you know, everything else is looking pretty good. So back to, I mean, I know a couple of weeks ago I said it was time to start primer and stuff, but that was a little ahead of myself as far as the floor pan goes. But I think that now that the back end, the trunk's finished off and this is done, I really don't think there's any more fabrication on the frame. Everything else is going to be inside the body. So, you know, I think I can start putting some primer on this chassis anytime. Maybe even this afternoon. Maybe I'll just start throwing some primer at it and some of this stuff, and then I can start getting it cleaned up and ready for paint. So anyway, folks, that's what's going on. So hit the like button, subscribe, leave your comment below, and thanks for your time. Catch y'all later.